Just promise me one thing. Don't look back. Hey everybody, it's Aloha Sprinting here, and today we're talking about Brya's Love, the new 180 precision frame Void scout rifle that's available in Season of the Witch. And yes, there seems to be some Orpheus and Eurydice references in this flavor text. Like all 180 RPM precision frames, Brya's Love has a 1.00 optimal time to kill, but there are a lot of perks available on this gun. There's a lot of great rolls on this gun that are going to enable you to have to lower that time to kill, whether that's post-kill or pre-kill. So we'll get into that here in a bit. But first, how do you obtain it? You can first obtain Brya's Love from doing the Savathun Spire seasonal activity. After that, you can pick it up or get lucky to drop it from an engram from the new vendor, which is the Ritual Table. Lastly, you can obtain at least one Brya's Love from ranking up the Season Pass. I think it's like rank maybe somewhere around 40 or so, where you can get a free one. Now also remember, this is a craftable weapon, so if you have, Deep Sight Harmonizer, or to get a red border drop, you need to get 5 frames or 5 patterns to unlock the ability to craft it, basically. And I somehow have already done that. Let's talk about perks. So what is the god roll you are going for? What perks do you want to eventually craft on this? I'll tell you what I did. So again, it's a precision frame, so it's fairly vertical. You can throw an arrowhead break to get a pretty nice vertical up and down measure. As far as the magazine goes, I just try to stick between steady rounds, flared, and tactical. You could go to accurized, but I feel like the range, the range does feel lacking sometimes on the bigger maps. I don't know if that has to do with some of the recent zoom or range nerfs. But I will say this, that is the thickest red dot sight I have seen on a gun in a very long time. That sight be thick dough, okay? So sometimes that even gets in the way of what you're aiming at, but that doesn't matter. Again, you don't have to worry too much about the magazine and barrel perks, but things with stability, things with handling, that stuff works out pretty well. Now, in terms of column 1 and column 2 for your perks, a good variety of options. So what I've crafted initially is the combination of Rapid Hit and the new perk Precision Instrument, which is dealing sustained damage increases precision damage. And this doesn't have to be sustained precision damage. You can shoot people in the body and then move to shoot somebody in the head, and you get that precision damage increase just by doing that. So in terms of sixes, in terms of if you were kind of shooting at 1 or 2 people at the same time, that comes in handy. We tested it out, and if you are at less than 5 resilience, you can 3-tap somebody just with Precision Instrument, maybe the enhanced version actually, if you get 3 headshots in a row. So that's pretty lethal. So you can just go from 3 to 3. It lowers your TTK to, I'm not exactly sure what, probably 0.67 at that point. So there, again, but it's only for sub 6 resilience guardians. But again, if you have any sort of damage bonus going on, you're in a empowering rift, you are doing the gunslinger stuff, whatever, you're going to 3-tap pretty easily. So weapons light, all that stuff. So I'm rocking this right now. I don't know if it's the roll though, because there's a lot of really good things going for this weapon. So what are some other rolls you can look at? All right, the combination of Perfect Float and Frenzy go perfectly together. All right, Rapid Hit and Adagio go really well together. There is Explosive Payload, there's Keep Away, so no distractions, and something maybe even Golden Tricorn could be pretty useful. So there's just a lot you can do here. So you can't go wrong with many of these combos. Again, I'm always a sucker for Rapid Hit, but really the Perfect Float Frenzy combo works really well together. Rapid Hit Adagio, Rapid Hit and that new perk. And then there's what is the final new perk? Destabilizing Rounds. That's not new, but this is the first Void Scout, I think, that's had the stabilizing rounds on it. And so I'm really eager to see what maybe Keep Away into stabilizing rounds or Rapid Hit to stabilizing rounds looks like. And so yeah, I'm pretty excited to look for that. I wouldn't recommend Perpetual Motion on this because of this reason. So the origin trait that comes with this weapon is called Head Rush, so standing up after crouching for a short time grants you improved handling and reload speed. And so just with the nature of these longer range scouts, anything above a lightweight, it's not as run and gunny. And so if you play into the origin trait even at all, it probably means you're moving away from being super active like you would be with perpetual motion on like a sidearm or something. So yeah, so that's the one thing that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And again, this is just PvP focus, so I don't care about shoot to loot. I don't really care about loose change. Just seems a little weak. And but I will say this: I love Precision Instrument as a new perk because it's like easy mode Focus Fury, and I think they are just like done with Focus Fury. They're like, this is dumb. We're not going to use it. So again, if you're looking at changing your time to kill down to 0.67, again, Precision Instrument, Adagio, Frenzy are all Golden Tricorn even. Technically, Swashbuckler's not on it, just Pugilist. Those things are gonna change your time to kill slightly with different activations. But again, I would try Frenzy, Precision Instrument. Those are the ones I'd mess with first. Overall, though, I think trait wise, stability, range, all that kind of stuff. The zoom's 20, so the zoom's not bad. Again, that red dot is thick. One thing I will say that has me nervous is, first of all, the gun looks beautiful. It looks really, really wonderful. So big congrats in the aesthetics department. The model of it is kind of short and stocky. It's similar to, I thought it was like similar to Mida, and then I was playing with it. I realized it's actually really similar to what Fang of Ear Ute used to look like. So now that we're getting Crota's raid dungeon back, I'm worried they're not going to have Fang of Ear Ute in that loot pool, and this kind of took its place. Anyway, so besides that, aesthetically the gun's really cool. The red dot is nice, very I don't know, visually supportive if I'm someone, and I kind of do struggle with looking at a monitor for a long period of time, but it kind of gets in the way. Other than that, sometimes I feel like the gun struggles to move side to side when I'm aiming down sights. Don't know why that is, but it's fun. It's very fun, and I like it a lot. I think that the stabilizing rounds on the Void Scout gives it a lot of utility in PvE and PvP. So I'm excited to just have it, and excited that they brought a new scout rifle into the mix. And yeah, and there's just a lot of really good perk combinations here. So it's fun to try out. Again, not the hugest fan of 180s, but again, if I'm if I'm getting lucky and running the people with less than 5 resilience, I'm going to surprise a couple of folks with my roll. So happy hunting for whatever you're looking for there, and I hope you enjoy it. I'm having fun with it. Maybe I'll put 1,000 kills on it this season. Maybe not. Who knows? I don't know. I don't even know what's going on anymore at any point in time. So have fun though, and good luck grinding.